and he would like to be recognized to just give a few remarks on his vote.
Senator Sherwin Gatchalian is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, esteemed colleagues, I stand before you with a deep and profound sense of gratitude in this August chamber. Today, the Senate amendments on House Bill number 4058, otherwise referred to as the 2026 General Appropriations Bill, have been approved on third and final reading. We have worked together to create a budget that has been strengthened at every stage. Sa ating mahabang pagtatalakay, dalawang mahalagang layunin ang ating binabalikan. Una, ang pagpapalakas ng mga programa ng pamahalaan para matugunan ang pangangailangan ng ating mga kababayan. Pangalawa, panatilihing bukas at matibay ang ating proseso laban sa anumang anyo ng korupsyon. Through our collective work, the 2026 budget is now more transparent, more disciplined, and more accountable than before. I present to this chamber the highlights of this measure. Magsimula tayo sa edukasyon. Ang pinaglaanan natin ng pinakamalaking pondo sa susunod na taon. The education sector budget remains at 4.5% of GDP and stands at 1.37 trillion pesos. This is 91.24 billion pesos higher than the amount in the House GAB. There are 4 improvements that I am proud to highlight. First is the augmentation to the funding classroom construction. This measure allots 65.9 billion pesos, which is 19.2 billion pesos higher than the GAB. This will fund the construction of more than 24,000 new classrooms. And I thank Senator Bam Aquino for our spearheading the CAP bill, and this will bode well with the deliberations of the Classroom Acceleration Program bill. Next is the Department of Education School-Based Feeding Program with funding of 28.6 billion pesos. This allows the feeding program to cover 200 school days, benefiting 4.8 million learners. Within this budget, 2.9 billion has been transferred to the Philippine Carabao Center and the National Dairy Authority for the program's milk feeding component. This transfer accomplishes 2 goals. First, it provides vital nutrition to wasted and stunted learners. Second, it ensures that the milk used in the program will be sourced locally, supporting our dairy cooperatives and farmers. This is in line with Section 14 of the Animal Industry Development and Competitiveness Act, which mandates that the nutrition program of the government requiring milk and dairy products shall be sourced primarily from local dairy farmers and dairy cooperatives. And I thank Senator Kiko Pangilinan for highlighting this during the budget deliberation of the Department of Agriculture na pwede palang dalawang 2 birds with 1 stone ang pwede nating magawa dito sa pondo. Tulungan ng mga farmers at pakainin po ang ating mga estudyante. Third is the increasing the carrying capacity of our state universities and colleges. Your Committee on Finance discovered that at least 186,000 students could not enroll because of limited carrying capacity, despite being qualified. Hindi dapat ito nangyayari sa ating kabataan, lalong-lalo na sa mga pamantasang pinupundahan ng ating bayan. The proposed budget for our USC stands at 139.04 billion pesos and is specifically intended to address this gap. This is 7.35 billion pesos greater than the amount proposed in the GAB. Fourth is the allotment of 1 billion pesos to the Local Government Support Fund, which will provide 4th and 5th class municipalities with financial assistance. Specific projects include the conversion of more than 3,000 daycare centers to child development centers, and we will also fund at least 150 plantilla positions for child development workers. Mula sa edukasyon, magtungo naman tayo sa kalusugan. Una, sa rekomendasyon ni Senate Finance Committee Vice Chairperson Pia Cayetano, pinalakas ng Senado ang zero balance billing sa mga DOH retained na ospital. Tumaas ang pondo ng 62.66 billion sa Senate version mula sa 53.3 billion sa GAB. Sa dagdag na pondong ito, mas maraming pasyente sa basic o ward accommodations ang makakatanggap ng serbisyong medikal ng walang gastos mula sa sariling bulsa. Ikalawa, naglaan tayo ng 1 bilyon para sa pilot implementation ng zero balance billing sa piling ospital sa mga LGUs. Ang programang ito ay ipinapatupad sa ilalim ng DOH at magsisilbing unang hakbang para palawakin ang zero balance billing sa buong bansa sa mga susunod na taon. Ikatatlo, pinalakas din natin ang mga specialty hospitals, ang Philippine Heart Center, National Kidney and Transplant Institute, Philippine Children's Center, the Lung Center of the Philippines. Ang kanilang kabuang pondo ay tumaas ng 6.9 billion. Gagamitin to para sa pagpapatakbo ng kanilang pang-araw-araw na serbisyo sa pagbili ng mahalagang kagamitang medikal at sa pagbibigay tulong para sa mahihirap na pasyente. Maraming salamat muli kay Senator Pia Cayetano sa kanyang mungkahi. Sa sektor ng kalusugan, malinaw ang layunin. Mas maraming medikal na serbisyo libre ang maibibigay sa bawat Pilipino at mababawasan ang gastos ng bawat pasyente. Next, let me highlight an amendment that strengthens disaster recovery in our communities. The National Disaster Risk Reduction Management Fund will receive a net increase of 14.82 billion pesos. This is for the express purpose of supporting the recovery of disaster-stricken areas. Some of the support areas are shelter and resettlement, education and health services, rehabilitation of agriculture, and social protection. The amendments to education, health, and emergency response are anchored on one fundamental virtue. The government's greatest obligation is to the welfare of its people. These priorities show that we put our people first. I now move to public works infrastructure. The 2026 budget for the Department of Public Works and Highways stands at 570.48 billion pesos. This is 53.99 billion pesos lower than the House GAB. One of the major amendments to the DPWH budget was the use of adjustment factors in the costing of infrastructure projects following the President's directive to drive down the cost of construction materials. In a letter sent to the Senate by the DPWH on December 5 and upon further consultation with fellow senators and DPWH officials, the DPWH explained that the adjustment factors were derived from the weighted average share of construction materials using new price data and were then applied to the total project cost. These factors vary by type of work and by region, and they already take into account fixed costs such as labor and equipment. This methodology was applied to all infrastructure projects in the GAB with defined work types. This resulted in a net reduction of 54.2 billion pesos. As an added safeguard against ghost projects, all infrastructure projects must now have station numbers and specific coordinates. Mr. President, these are some of the highlights of the Senate version of the 2026 national budget. Ito ang isang budget na pinag-ingatan, pinagpuyatan at pinaglabanan nating lahat. Before I end, I would once more like to thank every senator who interpolated, Senate President Pro Tempore Senator Ping Lacson, Finance Committee Vice Chairperson Senator Pia Cayetano, Senator J.V. Arcito, Senator Lauren Legarda, Senator Kiko Pangilinan, Senator Erwin Tulfo, Senator Bong Go, and Senator Amy Marcos, as well as Senator Rizzo Hontiveros, Senator Bam Aquino, Senator Rafi Tulfo, Senator Alan Peter Cayetano, Senator Chis Escudero, Senator Jingoy Estrada, Senator Rodante Marcoleta, Senator Robin Hood Padilla, and Senator Joel Villanueva. Let me once again say that it is a pleasure to serve this Senate with all of you. And to our Senate President, Senator Vicente Soto III, and our Majority Leader, Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri, thank you again for your wisdom and guidance throughout the budget process. We would not reach this point without you. Ginoong Pangulo, nagsimula tayong maghanda para sa budget ng susunod na taon sa gitna ng matinding pagsusuri ng mga proyekto sa flood control. Lahat tayo ay tumindig upang tiyakin na hindi maulit ang mga naging pagkakamali. Maging simula pa ito, hindi lang ng pagbabago, kundi ng pagbabalik ng tiwala ng bawat Pilipino sa batas, sa pamahalaan, at sa mga namumuno sa gobyerno. Thank you, Mr. President. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, the chairman of the Committee on Finance, and congratulations. Majority
Yes.
Leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Congratulations once again to Senator Sherwin Gatchalian for a job well done with the budget. Mr. President, I move that we consider this time Senate Bill number 1425. This is the